I think for me, it goes all the way back to when I was in college, when I was a freshman at UC Santa Cruz, and I was in my first women's studies lecture by Wendy Brown, an amazing dynamic professor. And we got to the segment of the class that addressed women of color feminism. And so the intersection of race and gender became central to the class. And that was the first moment where I realized that I was myself a person of color, that not only, I mean, was I racially sort of different than my peers, but that there was this entire like body of scholarship on that and like what that means at various moments in one's life. And so my background as an undergrad, having amazing professors teach things like race and ethnicity and gender really inspired me to pursue grad studies in English. And that's when I was able to realize that I could access these really difficult questions and engage these interesting ideas through fiction and literature. So I was able to merge my love of reading with my interest in social justice and racial politics. And that's really, it's that intersection of the rigorous intellectual work of scholarship and the sort of cathartic experience of reading novels that I sought out. So when I was at UW, when I was a graduate student getting my PhD, I studied American ethnic literature and took a lot of higher level classes on African American lit and Chicano lit, which is Mexican American literature. And those were the two sort of bodies of literature that I wanted to focus because of my own background as a Mexican American woman. I wanted to bring that into not only the courses I was taking as a graduate student and the dissertation I was writing, but I realized pretty early on that the classes that I would develop if I were to become a professor would focus on those two communities of writers because I have both of them in my family background. And that's pretty much where I am today. That's why I teach what I teach at Western. It's basically those classes that I took and that love of learning and literature.